right, welcome to the Patty Ice Arena here inside the coach's locker room as the Nanooks wrap up their final practice before heading on the road to Mankato to take on the Mavericks. Coach, talk a little bit about the weekend that was against UAA down in Anchorage.
Yeah, you know what, I thought, both were tight games, which we expected, and, I liked the way our team kind of just stayed pretty steady throughout the course of the weekend, and, had some opportunities in the first game. We got up 2-0 early, and all of a sudden, boom, they got back to tied, and then, end of period 1-0, or up by 1. It was kind of a weird way to end the game, and then they tied up first shift in the second period. So I think it was, a lot of emotions. We knew handling the momentum is important in that series, and I thought we just kept chipping away and establishing our game through the neutral zone, and we're able to get the game winner in the third. And the second night was, again, just a hard-fought game. We ended up tying it on a 5-on-3, and again, they obviously trying to win the Governor's Cup, pulled their goalie and to try and get the win, and Davis made a couple huge saves and at the end there, and was able to get the puck out, and we won the game. But it was another good Governor's Cup series. It was hard fought, and at least like the way the guys stayed with it. We didn't get too high or too low, and it was a good couple wins for us.
Rewind a few weeks back to Northern Michigan when we faced some adversity there with a couple of shutouts. Now, obviously, as we told them, it was pretty hot. The guys certainly kept coming. Obviously, 48 shots on goal Saturday night was no joke. It wasn't a fluke by any means. Certainly, the offense is in pretty good scoring position right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was those two games were tough because you're getting all these chances, and I've always said, I mean, if you're getting the chances, that's the first obstacle. If you're not getting chances, then you got a lot more to look at, and we just felt like you keep playing like that and creating those types of opportunities, eventually the puck's going to go in. So let's not focus on what's not happening. Let's focus on what we're going to do moving forward, and we've spent a little bit more time just on scoring habits around the net and little things that we think can help improve in that area, and I think it's fun to work on those types of things too and develop those skills. But you got to stay within yourself and not get too high and not too low. And we always talk about an even keel, and it's a hard game. It's emotional, and now we're heading into the playoffs, just like the end of the season. With there's so much on the line, emotions are definitely high, and so it'll be very important this weekend with Mankato. They've got a very good power play, and we've seen that over in the past, and even this season earlier, that if you give them too many opportunities on the power play, they're going to make you pay. So handling those emotions and make sure it's channeled the right way, and keep breathing, and get ready for the next shift type mentality, and you're going to be better served.
Yeah, well, special teams has certainly been a story, not just in the recent weeks, but throughout the whole season. WCHA, I think we can all agree, have called things a little differently in some of the other leagues, or even some of the years in history here. Obviously, special teams have been sort of a make or break point for a lot of teams in our league, especially with so many teams in the top 10 in the country penalty minutes, and Mankato's kind of slipped out of that realm, especially in recent weeks. I think they're one of the least penalized teams in the country in the last few weeks as well too. So with going on the road into Mankato in that type of atmosphere, we've been there already this season. What are you expecting to see from them?
Yeah, I mean, they're a fast team, and they've got some real good players that can make plays, and so and we've seen that this year in games we played them on the Friday nights. I mean, you give them some space, and you play on the wrong side of the puck, and you're going to give up scoring chances, and eventually it's going to catch you. And we've got to make sure that we're skating and we're playing on the right side of the puck when we don't have it. And I think we've got to one of our focuses has been a lot of pucks to the net and getting bodies there. And so we've kind of been talking about that. It's really been a factor, in the last couple series where we feel like we're putting more pucks to the net and getting more opportunities around the net. So, they're a good hockey team. They're very well coached. They're a team that handles momentum very well, and so it's very important to make sure that we manage the momentum of the game, both positively, negatively. For example, we get up get a big lead on them Saturday their last time, and then all of a sudden they come out in the second period and boom, and they've got the lead. So things like that. I mean, when you get in positions like that, and I think that's one thing that we've kind of been learning with our group, and is that how to manage those situations a little bit better. So I think our gaps are tighter there, but it's as the old adage say, it's a new season, and got to make sure that get things started the right way on Friday night down there, and shift after shift mentality, and stay disciplined, and make sure our competitiveness is where it needs to be. And I think that's our best opportunity to have success down there starting the playoffs.
Well, one thing we've talked about over the last few weeks as well is just managing and seeing how our freshmen and rookies have developed. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about Tyler Klein and some of his success. You mentioned he was a little bit stupid, but he's on a four-game winning streak now. has a couple of goals and had an assist in that game-winning goal on Saturday night. Are you expecting to see some of these young guys step up this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I say, I mean, I watched the game this week of the 2 games we played down there, and you see those young guys and where they were at in November, and now you're watching games of where they're at right now, and you know, you definitely see some confidence being built with the puck, and being able to make a few more plays, and you know, be involved a little bit more offensively, where I think early on in the season they're trying to stay with the play, and now they're in the play. So it's been a good progression, but you know what, like I say, the intensity is going to go up. Mankato's a great team, so we've got to make sure that you know, we're ready to compete, and you know, not rely on anything that's been happening here you know, over the last couple weekends where we've been gathering up some points. This is going to be another level, and guys got to be able to respond to that. And, you know, we got guys in our locker room that have had success in the playoffs, and I think if you asked any one of them, they'll tell you that, you know, regardless of what's happened in the previous, you know, 4 or 5 months, it's a different season, and we've got to be prepared to approach it like that.
Yeah, well, certainly the playoffs are a whole other string of opportunity. It's a brand new season, as you mentioned, and there's certainly a hustle and bustle and some good energy here around by the ice rink as the guys get set to take on Mankato. Hit the road tonight, I believe.
Yep.
Hitting the road and getting down there for the first of the best of 3 game series against the Mavericks this weekend. Stick around. We're going to have Davis Jones here and hear his final thoughts before the team hits the road. And go next.
Yep. Thank you, Britton.
All right, welcome back to Behind the Bench as the Nanooks wrap up their final practice before hitting the road against Mankato, and the Mavericks tender for the first round of the WCHA playoffs. We're here with Davis Jones, the Governor's Cup winning goaltender down there in Anchorage. So talk about the weekend that was down there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. Obviously, playing against the Seawolves is always a battle, and it was no different this year. And came down to the last game, and the boys pulled it out. Went 4 for 4 in my career, which is always nice, and 8 in a row for the program, something special, and it was great to see so many fans down there too, supporting us. It was a lot of fun.
It's great to be a part of it. Always a great trip for guys like me and Meg, and obviously basically turns into Carlson Center South down there, so it's always kind of fun. So, but let's look at the last, you know, roughly 90 seconds at overtime. Obviously UAA pulls our goaltender to try to get to the Governor's Cup, and in overtime, obviously their season was kind of wrapped up at that point. But right there on that doorstep, you notice Mason Mitchell kind of made honestly a great heads-up play, and I think he was bested by you there. Talk about that play.
Yeah, I mean, I knew they had to pull the goalie in order to get the win, so we were expecting that, and then yeah, they had some pressure, and I knew they'd throw a guy back door. They got the puck to him, so I just got my blocker over there as quick as I could, and luckily got a piece of it, and the rest is history.
There you go. So you're heading to your final postseason here with your Nanooks career. Talk about some of the memories and what you've been going through here with the season.
Yeah, it's been a great year. It's been a good ride all 4 years, and so heading into playoffs now, I think we're gelling, and we're playing our best hockey, which is what you want to be doing heading into playoffs. So we're excited about the matchup, and we think it's going to be a few more weeks before we're done.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear. Now it's been roughly 14 weeks since the first week of December since you last saw the Mavericks. You and Jesse split some time there against them in the first couple of series, both on the road and back here in Fairbanks. What do you expect to see from them this weekend?
They're definitely a pretty offensive team. I think both Friday nights we played against them, they put up a few goals, and so we tightened up a little bit on Saturday. So I think we just need to come in right off the bat expecting that, keep a good F3, good gaps with our D-men, and stuff like that, and the rest will take care of itself.
Talk about preparing for a best-of-3 series like this. You know you're going in, you have a chance to play an extra 60 minutes of hockey in a 3-day span. Does that change your preparation at all?
I mean, you can't really change much. I mean, you're going in there to try to win it in 2, obviously, and there's definitely a good possibility about a game 3 on Sunday, and so you just got to worry about one game at a time. Focus on Friday and then Saturday, and then when Sunday comes, you're ready for it. But I don't think you can change anything at this time of the year.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Davis. Good luck to you on the road this weekend. Have a safe flight tonight. You'll get him. Let's bring home a WCHA championship.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Go Nanooks. Thanks for watching. Follow us on the road. We'll be live from Mankato, Minnesota, starting Friday morning with the pregame skate. And we'll keep you posted all throughout the weekend of WCHA playoff hockey. Go Nanooks.
Go Nanooks.